Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Wisp-ohs by Randall. So if you notice, there's a little Easter egg here, which is Randall's last puzzle was therm-ohs, which looked like this. Notice that all of the black dots and all the lines are in the same place. We do have a couple extra givens, but other than that, it's the same, other than the lines having a different rule set. They're whispers now. So pretty neat. So let's go over the rules. We do have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules, meaning in every row, every column, and every 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. We also have German whisper lines in the grid. Adjacent digits along the German whisper line have a difference of at least 3. So if this was a 2, this could be 5 or 6 only, because if it were any other digit, it would not be at least 3 different from 2. So for example, 2 and 1, that's only 1 different. Definitely not allowed. 2 and 4 is only 2 different. They need to be at least 3 different from each other. All right, in addition to that, we do have black dots in the grid. Digits separated by a black dot have a 1 to 2 ratio, which you can think of that as one number being exactly double the other. So if this was a 2, this could be a 1 because 2 is double 1, or this could be a 4 because 4 is double 2. And that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself. And I'm going to get started right now. All right, how should I get started? Well, this black dot here, so let's think about black dots for a second, just to go over them. One digit is exactly double the other. So what are we doubling? Well, let's start with the lowest possible digit. We could double 1 and get 2, and the order doesn't matter, but I'm just going to pick this order for the low digit here and the high digit here. So 1 could double to 2, 2 could double to 4, or 3 could double to 6. Ignore the 3 there. But once we get to 4, we'd have to double to 8, right? And again, I'm doing the low digit here. We can always swap them. The low digit could be here. But ultimately, it means that one of the digits will always be 1, 2, or 3. And then the other one will be 2, 4, or 6. And they could be swapped. And so there's there's 2 groupings. There's the 3, 6 grouping. And then there's the 1, 2, 4 grouping. We can think of it that way. And the 1, 2, 4 grouping always uses the 2, and it's with a 1 or a 4, and the 3, 6 grouping always is only 3, 6. So you can see this can't be the 3, 6 grouping because there's a 3 in the box. So this has to be the 1, 2, 4 grouping, and it contains a 2. Because we can't do 1, 4, right? So the low digit is going to be either a 1 or a 2 here. And the high digit is the 2 or the 4. Okay, now this black dot here I noticed sees a 2. So it's the opposite. It can't be the 1, 2, 4 group. So it has to be the 3, 6 group. So we just get a 3, 6 pair there. And that leaves 1, 4, 5 here. Okay, so now let's talk about this German whisper line. It cannot omit the 1 from 1, 4, 5. It can't be a 4 or 5 pair because 4 and 5 have a difference of 1. Another way to think about that is German whisper lines always switch between low and high. They always go low, high, or high, low, but we're going to be switching low and high, low and high. Low being a 1, 2, 3, high being a 4, 5, 6. Because from 1, 2, 3, we cannot subtract 3. We can only add 3. Because subtracting 3 from a 1, 2, or 3 gets you to 0 or lower. And again, we can add or subtract 3 or more, but more doesn't help us. It just makes it worse. Can't subtract 5 from 1, 2, 3 either. So we're going to be adding at least 3 to 1, 2, 3. And then if you think about it, even from the 1 as low as possible, that brings us out of the 1, 2, 3 range into the 4, 5, 6 range. So a low has to go to high. We have to add 3 or more to a low digit to make it a high digit in order for it to still be a valid 1 through 6 digit. And then from 4, 5, 6, we have to subtract 3. So we're always going to be adding at least 3, then subtracting at least 3, adding at least 3, and then subtracting at least 3. So we go from low, high, low, high. And so the only low available between these two cells is the 1, which means this cannot be a 1. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so let's continue with this 3, 6 pair here. This cell can't be 3 or 6 because it sees a 3, 6 pair. And so if it can't be 3 or 6, that does force this black dot to be from the 1, 2, 4 range. That's not a 2. That does place the 2 there. Okay. And now we can talk about this black dot because either the 1, 4 or the 2 is going to end up on this black dot or both. Because if we wanted to avoid both of these digits being on the black dot, they both have to go exactly right here in the box. And we can't put 2 different digits. So at least one of these digits ends up over here. That's kind of the roping argument. the 6x6 roping, where these 3 digits are the same as these 3 digits, and these 3 digits are the same as these 3 digits in some order. And so either the 2 or 1, 4 or both end up on this black dot, meaning it's not the 3, 6, it is the 1, 2, 4, and it has a 2 on it as well. Cool. Now, what else do I see here? We could talk about 3 and 4 on German Whisper lines. So this cell here, I'm going to argue, can't be a 3. Because if it was a 3, there is only one digit that is at least 3 away from 3, and that is the 6. So that would force a 6 here and a 6 here. Even ignoring the black dot, it forces 2 6s in the row, because it can only be with a single digit. 3 can only go with 6 on a German Whisper line. And so this can't be 3. Similarly, it can't be 4, because it forces double 1. So any German Whisper cell where its surrounding digits, it has 2 surrounding digits and both of them see each other, can't be the same. You can't put 3 or 4 there. So this digit, this digit, this digit, this digit, and this digit cannot be 3 or 4. So they are, so let's get rid of this. Hold on. Let's get rid of the 4 here. Oh, get rid of the 4 here. And then on these, we'll just mark 1, 2, 5, 6. And these aren't 2s because they see this 2 here. Aha, and now we have something to do here. Remember this had to have a 1, these have to have a 1 as well, because we need a low digit among these, and 1 is the only available one. Well, this is a really neat formation in 6x6. Let me make them purple, because these 3 cells and these 3 cells see purple. When I say see purple, I mean they cannot be the same digit as purple, because purple is either here or here. I'm not saying it's in both places, but these 3 cells see both purple cells. And these 3 cells see both purple cells. They see this one through the row or the box, and these 3 see this through the box and the row. So since we know at least one of the purple, well, you know exactly one of the purple cells is a 1. We know there's a 1 present in these purple cells. There cannot be a 1 in any of these cells. Again, if I try to put a 1 here, that makes this a 5, 6 pair, right? So this is a 4, which makes this a 1 by the German Whisper, which makes this a 5, 6. We don't need the purple. I just wanted to keep those highlighted by making them purple. So this is a 2, 4 pair. So that 2, 4 does end up down here. And so this is a 5 now, because it can't be 1, and it can't be 4 again, because it would make these both 1. So that's our 5, that's our 1, that's our 4. So that cannot be 1. Okay. Okay, that was good progress. We need a 3 and 6 in here, and this can't be 3, 6. So the 3, 6 ends up here, and this ends up being the 5. And so this is the other 3, 6 for the row. Okay, I feel like that was good progress. What do we do from here, though? This can't be... Oh, right. The low, high thing. I didn't finish this line. So we're going high, low, high. This has to be low, right? It can't be 4. It's too close to 5, 6. So this is 2 on the 4. It places this 2. Okay, that's not a 2. Some people might be pointing out uniqueness at this point, and they would be wrong. This is why it's really dangerous to use uniqueness in a variant puzzle, because even though if this was a classic Sudoku, by uniqueness you could put a 4 there, but this could still, I mean, you could put a 1 here, because you can't say this can be 2, 4 and 2, 4. That's not going to work. But the German Whisper line already resolved this 2, so this could easily be a 4. This German Whisper line could also resolve it. So because the German Whisper line kind of peeks into this unique rectangle, we can't actually use uniqueness there, because it can be resolved externally. So anyway, I thought I'd point that out to those who are trying to point out uniqueness right now. That's not true. I mean, it could end up being that this is a 1, but we can't prove that by uniqueness. Can we prove anything about this? Well, we know one of these is a 1. Let's see, what are these? These are 2, 3, 6. Oh, that's not 2, that's not 3. 3 would force 6. 6 could be with 1. So this can't be a 5. Because if this was a 5, this would have to be a 1 or a 2, and it can't be. So this is not 5. We could do 4, 1. That seems easy enough. 1. No, I don't. This isn't a quad. We do need a 4 in this column. It's here or here, but I don't think that does anything. We need a 5 in this box in one of these two. Okay, what is the next step? I didn't continue this German Whisper either. I'm sorry, I got distracted by other things going on. But this 5 does make this a 2, because it has to be low. It can't be 5 or 6. And then now this is going to be high. It's going to be a 5 or a 6, but it can't be 5. Can't be 4. 4 is too close to 2, so that ends up as 6. It makes that 3 and 6. We dedupe in the corner. Very nice. This is a 1-4 pair. That makes a 1-4 pair in this row. So these are 3, 5, 6. It's not a 3. That's a 5, 6 pair. That makes this a 3. And we remember 4 was on one of these two. And now this couldn't be 4 because of the 1-4 pair. So the 4 ends up there. That's 6 and 3. That's a 6. Why is there a 0 here? I didn't mean that. That makes the 6 makes this a 1, which makes that a 4. So we did end up with these being 2 4 pairs. So anyway, that's 5, that's 6, that's 2. That's 4 and 1, that's a 3. This cell here is a 5. This cell here is a 6. In here we need a 1 and a 5. Not resolved yet. We'll soon. This is 1 or 5 for the column. The 1 resolves it. So that's 5, 1, 5. Over here we need 1 and 3. That's 3, that's 1, and we're done. All right. Yeah, I just didn't continue my German whisper lines because I got very distracted explaining other things and didn't come back. So apologize for that. This could have been a faster solve, but it is what it is. Let me know how you did. And if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.